Hi, my name is Arun. Um, right now, I'm here with all the sample question paper of 2018-2009. You might be asking like why I want to make a model question paper right now. And as you know that there is no much time left, and there may be some students who maybe start preparing and will be confused. For them, I would definitely say that sit for another half an hour or 45 minutes. Just see this video, do all the model question papers, what your NCRT has have issued. So they have published this model question paper long before. And I just want you to just do the model question paper before you go writing the board exam, because I see that the model question paper would be very much similar to the real question paper. And as you know that your max paper is out of 80 marks, okay, 80 marks. And please don't go just watch the entire section, watch all the questions, do at once. If you don't understand, come back and ask me, because I'm gonna be there for another one whole month with you. So 80 marks is your max, and for to pass this one, you at least you need 27. So 27 marks out of 80. But actually, if you see 80, it is not just 80, man. 80 is the normal marks, plus you have a 30, which is this year you have a lot of optional questions. So 30 marks is what you are getting from those optional questions, and the total goes up to 80 plus 30, 110 marks. So out of 110 marks you need to just get 27 marks. So that is not so hard for you to get this 27. So that's why just stick around with the model question paper, do it. And I will just the videos which is gonna follow after these, all the previous year question papers and all those things we will discuss. We will do all the necessary things for you to go and write the like the board exam properly. So let's hope that this video what I'm gonna make you like it. If you like it, subscribe and share it with your friends who is writing your board exam. And make sure that, as I have told you again, practice it once more, and that rest of the videos which is gonna be followed after this one, it should you should need to spend at least 1 hour and sit and practice max and go. So I don't want to prolong it, just continue with the question paper then.
First question. Find the value of a for which the point P, a by 3, 2 is the midpoint of the line segment joining the point Q minus 5, 4 and R minus 1, 0. Let me draw this diagram like this. There are 2 points what is given as one is Q, the other one is R, and Q, the points are minus 5, 4, whereas R is minus 1, 0. Fine. And it's been given that there is a point P which is the midpoint of the line. So midpoint means it will be at the center, right? And it's been given that the point here is A by 3 and 2. That is what it's given. Now let me explain this one in a different way. If I have 2 points, 100 and 200, and if someone is asking me that what is the midpoint of this one, so logically if I don't apply too much logic, I will get easily like, no, everyone knows it is going to be 150. But mathematically how you do is that 100 plus 200 and you divide it by 2. That will give me 300 by 2, which is 150. The logic is the same over here also. And this is the question, 1 mark question from coordinate geometry, where it's given midpoint. To find the midpoint, what you need to do is that you need to plus x1 and x2 together by 2, whereas y1 also need to be added with y2 by 2 in order to get the midpoint. So as in the same case over here in this question, midpoints, everything is given. Now you are just need to find the value of a here. So just substitute the same thing over here. This is x1 and y1, x2 and y2. So in that way If I add it, it's gonna be minus 1 plus minus 1 by 2, comma 4 plus 0 by 2. So these two are the points, and it is given that this, when you do this, it's gonna be a by 3 comma 2. Now you really know that this one is related to this and this is related to this, and whereas you can see that only this one we need to take it, since we need to find the value of a. So it will be minus 5 plus minus 1 by 2 is equal to a by 3, which implies what I get here is minus 5 minus 1 by 2 is equal to a by 3. Fine. Now you know that minus 5 minus 1 is minus 6 by 2 is equal to a by 3, which implies to find a is equal to, you need to cross multiply, so minus 6 into 3 by, you have 2 there, 2 can be cancelled with 6, and there are 3 2's in 6, and thus you multiply minus 3 and 3, you will get minus 9. So this is what the answer for the first question, which is a is equal to minus 9. If you logically apply this one, okay, if you don't do this one, okay, if you are not doing this one, and if I am seeing what is the midpoint of minus 5 and minus 1, if I check, it's gonna be minus 3, isn't it? If I put the logic over here like this, minus 5 and minus 2 by 2, minus 1 by 2, it's gonna be minus 6 by 2, so it's gonna be minus 3. So that will be the midpoint over here. How to get minus 3 here? That a must be what? Minus 9, then only you will get minus 3 here. So that minus 9 by 3, you will get, it will get cancelled, minus 9 by 3, it will get cancelled, and you will get minus 3. So that is the simple logic. When you get the answer, you can clarify and you can be sure of that your answer is going to be correct. So this is the first question, which all these one more question you need to finish up within 15 minutes here. And this one I am logically and explaining a bit more than what you expect. And this is what the video is all for. So just don't, I want to see you sit and see each and every single question, understand the logic, and then go, because a lot of questions are very much related, or I cannot say that like this is the same question which is going to come, but maybe over here the value a is not given here, this one is already given minus 3 and 5, which are being changed to a right now. You are supposed to find the a. Logic is the same, way and approach is the same. You will get the value of a here. Fine. So that is what I want to make you understand from these videos. So let's move on to the second question then. Note it down.
Now second question is from quadratic equation, where it's actually an OR question. So second question, you have two options. You have two questions, any one you can write it, which one you find it easy, but we will solve both of the questions, and it's pretty much easy because it's the one more question. And here certain logic or certain things you need to know to solve this one, because one who is aiming at getting 100% marks, even every single marks counts a lot. So you need to be very sure about what you're doing. So both the questions, okay, we will do it one by one. Second question. Find the value of k for which one root of the quadratic equation, this is the quadratic equation, what we have, I will write it again, kx square minus 14x plus 8 is equal to 0 is what the quadratic equation what we have. And it's been told that one of its root is 2. So 2 is one of its root, means actually, you know what is a root first of all? If you don't know, understand the root. Okay, for example, if I am writing a quadratic equation, x square, okay, plus x minus 12. If I am writing a quadratic equation like this, and if you solve this one, I think it's gonna be like x is equal to minus 4 and x is equal to, or x is equal to minus no plus 3. why I'm telling you minus 4 and minus 3, like you have different methods in which you can find this one. You have splitting the middle terms, you have the formula minus b plus or minus root of b square, that one, or you have a graphical method to solve this one. So it's not much of a deal, but over here you need to understand that why these are called roots. Roots are nothing but your answer or your solution. That is your root. Fine, you need to keep that one in your mind. If it's given that it's one of the root. Why? Because if I take minus 4 and substitute in this equation, minus 4 in the place of x, okay? So it's gonna be minus 4 the whole square plus minus 4 minus 12. So this in turns gives me minus 4 into minus 4 is 16. This plus and minus is gonna be minus 4 minus 12, and you can see clearly that the answer is gonna be 0, because minus 4 and minus 12 is minus 16. 16 minus 6 minus 16 is 0. Yeah, isn't it? 16 minus 16 is gonna be 0. So these two values, when you apply in this equation, in this quadratic equation, it's gonna be giving a solution what? 0. If it is equal to 0, then the solution is your minus 4 and minus 3. So these are called what? Roots. Here also you need to keep that logic. Root is what? If you apply in this quadratic equation, you will get the value 0. So already quadratic equation is given, which is in 0. You need to simply do what? Substitute the value of 2 in the place of x. So what I will get here is k in the place of x square, 2 square minus 14 into 2 plus 8 is equal to 0. Fine. K, 2 square is 4k minus this one, 14 into 2 is gonna be 28 plus 8 is equal to 15. Fine. 4k, which gives me implies minus 28 and 8 is gonna be minus 20 is equal to 0, and in order to find the value of k, you need to keep the variable to one side and bring the constant to the other side. It will be minus 20 will be plus 20, and then the value of k is gonna be 20 divided by 4. The 4 will come down, isn't it? Then we'll cancel 4 how many times in 20? It's gonna be 5. So the value for k is gonna be how much? 5. So I got 5. Clear? So this is how you find the value of k. I don't think there is much problem in this. You got a clear idea about what is a root. If you have a root given, what it means is the solution. Take that one, substitute in the value of x, you will get the value of k. That is how to do the first one of the second question. Second, moving on to the second optional one. Find the value of k for which the equation, this one, it's a quadratic equation, has real and equal roots. Now the tricky part over here, it's not tricky, but if you have gone through this chapter well, you know what is real and equal root means. Real and equal root means in the formula, okay, I will do a little bit of a bit a logic I will give you. My x, if you have a quadratic equation, how to find the value of x is that x is equal to um, it's gonna be minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. You need to know the formula, but here first of all we have a habit of checking this one, what is inside the root, which is b square minus 4ac, which actually is called discriminant, or D we call it as, right? So that is pretty much important that you need to know. Fine. So whenever you have a question like this where it's been asked, it's the roots are real and equal, then you need to definitely check what is D. So D, when you check it, so since roots are real and equal, what should be? T should be equal to 0. That means b square minus 4ac is gonna be 0. Now, for you to understand what is b, what is a, what is c, if you don't know, clearly see here. Check and thoroughly see this one properly, what I'm writing. You do have only 1 month here, so you need to know what is a, b and c. Here the general formula I will write it as ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Compare now with this. X square is already there, so a is gonna be 1 here. So compare with b, x is already there, so b is gonna be 5k. Then C already, now you will get a clear idea about what is C. C is gonna be 16, yes. So now all these values, when you get it, you substitute inside this one. B square is what? 5k the whole square minus 4 into A is 1, C is gonna be 16 is equal to 0. Now 25k square minus, when you multiply, just multiply, and don't be like overconfident about if you are about your multiplication. If you don't know, you are confused, stay like write it, then do it. You'll get 64. When you do it, you will get the answer, and make sure that you do it once, dear. Don't over jump into it, because each and everything is very important. And in order, this is the last and final exam what you are going through, so don't overrun into all your answers. Just do it once if you're confused. So 64 is equal to 0. Then k square is what you need to write. Okay, fine, I will write one more step. Okay, 25k square is gonna be 16, 4 will go that side, and thus your k square is gonna be 64 by 25, and you need to take the root of it. The root of 64 by 25, which is nothing but plus or minus 64, is 8 into 8 is 64. So 8 by 5 root of 25 is 5. So this is gonna be your answer for the second question and the optional one. Fine. I think you understood what is a root. One root is given, how to solve it for the k, and here also you need to solve it for the k, but it's been said that it's real and equal. Then what you need to supposed to do. Finally, yes, then move on to the third one then. This is the third question on trigonometry. Trigonometry, it's a very important chapter. You will get 1 mark question. You will get, I think, 2 mark as well as 3 marks as well as 4 mark question is there on your question paper. So as far as trigonometry is concerned, there is a special area where which you need to focus more, dear, and you need to know some of the trigonometric formulas or identities, and as well as you need to know the values also, like sine 30 what, cos 30, tan 45. So all these things you need to know it and learn those tables well. And if you have any doubt, ask me, commend me. I will help you out with the trigonometry wherever you get any problems. Fine. So moving on to the third question, it's again two questions are there side by side. So anyone you can solve it in your model question paper. Where first one is to find the value of something which is given here as cot square theta minus 1 by sine square theta. Whenever I have a habit, like whenever I see cot square theta, I have a habit of changing it to cos by sine. Okay, cot if I see, sine cos by sine. If I see tan, then sine by cos. I have in general tendency of, so I would solve this one two ways. One is, okay, I will write the question again. You are supposed to find the value of cot theta minus 1 by sine square theta. But if I see, or if I know the formulas well, what you have already come across, you have some idea about this one. 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. If you don't know, just keep this one in your mind. You have a formula like this: 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. Cosec square theta. With that, if you relate, there you can see a slight bit similarity. How? Cot square theta 1 by sine is nothing but minus cosec square theta, right there. And what if in this identity, if I take this cos to that side, or maybe like if in another way, cosec I'm bringing it to this side and 1 I'm taking to the other side. Does it make any sense? Okay, if I do in that way, not in this way, okay, in this way if I do it, cot square is already there, fine, cot square is already there, which okay, I'm gonna bring your cosec square this side, so it will be minus cosec square theta, and 1 will go that side and gives you what, minus 1. Now compare with these two. Do you find any similarity? I do find it like it's almost the same. So cot square theta minus cosec square theta, what is the value? The value is minus 1. So it's very logically, not logically, like if you know the formula, then it will be quite easy for you to get the value. And here it is minus 1. But as I have told you that I have a different tendency of doing this question in this way. Like cot square theta, I normally used to write it as okay, this is or, okay, this is fine, this is correct. That is, in a very quick time, if you know the formula, you will get it. In other way, what I'm going to write here is that cot square minus 1 by sine square theta, the same question. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write cot as cos square theta by sine square theta, and if I don't know the formula, I told you, right, I have a tendency of this one, by sine square theta. Fine. Now sine square both are same, so I would write sine square theta is common, then it will be cos square theta minus 1. But I have a formula which is very general and which is quite a bit useful also. Like as you know that this one, you please keep it in your mind, dear. Cos square sine square plus cos square, what is the value? It's gonna be 1 always. Okay, so keep that in your mind. So in that way, if you check this one, my cos square goes that side, so it will be 1 minus cos square is equal to sine square. But okay, I will write that one. Sine square is nothing but, what do you see, 1 minus cos square theta, isn't it? 1 minus cos square theta. Is it 1 minus cos square theta? It is cos square minus 1. So I could rather write this one. Okay, if you know this max, you're taking out minus outside, you will get something like that. Minus goes outside. Okay, I will write a few steps, okay, so that you understand that one better. Okay, now here, multiply inside, minus into minus is going to be plus, minus into plus is going to be minus, so everything is clear, everything is minusing, taking minus outside, then what you're going to get is minus 1 minus cos square theta by sine square theta. And as you know that 1 minus cos square theta is nothing but what, and you cancel it, what you get at the end, minus 1, still the same. Fine. So this is the two methods in which you can find the value of y. If you know the formula, well and good. In a very quick time, you will get it. If you start doing it without the formula, just as I have told you, that I have a tendency of making this cot square as cosec square minus cosec square cos square by sine square. Then if you do it also, you'll get the value the same. So it's gonna be the same. Fine. So moving on to the OR question, as I have told you, there are two questions in three. If you cannot do this one, and if you are not getting it, you can move on to the second question, which one. In this one, if you try to solve this one, and don't be feel very tricky about it. It's been given that if sine theta is equal to cos theta, then find the value of 2 tan theta plus cos square theta. You are supposed to find what value of this one. For finding the value of this one, here what is the missing thing is theta. I don't know what is theta. Theta, I have no clue that what is theta. If I know like 30, you substitute over there, you will get the value. If it is 45, if it is 60, you will get the value very easily by substituting the theta over there. But you have a profession of finding the theta. How? You know that sine theta, since sine theta is equal to cos theta, when theta is going to be the same, or cosine sine theta is equal to cos theta, you check the values or the tables what you have it. If you check it's going to be 45, you will get the same value. Okay. it's gonna be like both the one, it is 1 by root 2. That's the same value what you get when sine theta is equal to cos theta. Or else if you have in another way, if you are logically thinking, sine cos will come down. So what is sine by cos is gonna be tan theta. So tan theta is 1. Check the value in the table. Sine theta, tan theta is equal to 1 when theta is equal to again 45 degrees. So if it is 45 degree, then tan theta is gonna be 1. So in that way, you got the value of theta now. Now you are supposed to find the value of 2 tan plus cos square theta. If I apply the theta here, what I'm gonna get? 2 tan 45 plus cos square 45. And you need to know, I have told you, you need to know the formulas. If you know not the formulas, the value of tan 45 cos 45, and if you don't know it, there is no way out that you're gonna do this problem. So 2 into tan 45, already we got it, that the value is 1, plus cos, already have told you, it's 45 is 1 by 2, so 1 by root 2 the whole square, and which I gave 2 plus 2 into 1 is 2, then 1 square is 1 by root 2 into root 2 is nothing but root 2 into root 2 is 2, so you get 2 here. And if I take the LCM, it's gonna be 2 and 2, and I have no clue that how, what about your LCM. And if I don't know how to weigh or how to take LCM, as I was dealing with your Cambridge University syllabus, like where there is another method of taking the LCM. If you want to know, just comment me behind or comment me down, so that I would take your LCM if you are confused with it, because you don't have any provision using a calculator. So if you want, I will take it. It's pretty much easy here. So 2, and here you will get 4 plus 1, that's gonna be 5 by 2. So this is the value for the third question. So here I got the value of this one, and it's the third, the one which value you are supposed to find it to at 2 tan plus cos square theta, and here I have found the value of like this one, cot square theta minus 1 by sine square theta. I think it is pretty much easy. You need to understand it, and if you have any further videos which I'm gonna make, I will just make it important questions what all will be asking this year for trigonometry. What do I think? So do follow me, do subscribe and like me, and obviously like keep in touch with me, because we have only 1 month left now. So that is why again and again telling you, I'm giving my time for you guys to just go and write the exam well. Okay, move on to the fourth question and the fifth one on to the right. If nth term of an AP is given, nth term of an AP is given to which is okay, an is given as what is given? An is equal to 2n plus 1. That is already given. What is the sum of the first three terms? That means in AP there are different terms, right? Different terms. So the first three terms, if you add it, that is what I'm asking. The sum of the first three terms. Now the thing is given, an is given, so it's pretty much easy for you us to find a1, which is n, just keep it as 1 because it is 1, and it's gonna be 2 plus 1, it's gonna be 3. A2, the second term, so here I got it. The second one, what is gonna be? 2 into the second one, n is 2 here, plus 1, 4 plus 1, it's gonna be fine. This one I got it. Now the third one, A3 is equal to 2 into in the place of n, 3 plus 1, which gives me 6 plus 1, 7. So I got three terms, three values, which I want to add. Therefore, sum of its sum of first three terms, which gives me 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 15. So 15 is your answer for the fourth question. Clear? I don't think like there is, and AP is one of the easiest chapter here, and also there are only quite a bit formulas. Think a bit, then do it. You will get the full marks. Fine. That is also one of the important chapters. AP, arithmetic progression. Then on to the fifth question. These are all 1 mark till 6 question. Figure. Don't worry too much about the figures and all those stuff, because this question is very much related, very much into those like similar triangles. So whenever I get a question like this, but values are given, it is asked to find what. So all these things are given as BT9, AD6, DB9, AE 8, then EC 12, everything is given, and the angle ADE, this angle is given, yeah, and you are supposed to find ABC. You are supposed to find this particular angle. Fine, this is where you need to find it. Now you don't have anything else, just go ahead with one step here. You want to find the ratio of AD by DB. What is it? 6 by 9, which will be like in 3, 2 times, 3 times, so it's going to be 2 by 3, isn't it? Yes. Now find this ratio of AE by EC. What do you get? 8 by 12. And whenever you see such a question here, just go and see just the ratios. Okay, let's go and see the ratios. 8 in 4's table, like 3, no, 2, 4, 2 4's are there, in 12 3. So again you could see that the values are, or the ratios are the same. That means AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. And the most important thing here, when the ratio of these things are same, that means if a line divides any two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then actually that line is parallel to the third side. That means when these two are dividing in the same ratio, the line which is passing through these two sides will be parallel to which side? This one. So this will be parallel to this. Now in parallel, when you see two lines are parallel and there is a transverse AB going on, where already there is an angle made 45, and this angle you know that it will be also 45 degree, isn't it? That's a property of parallel lines, that when a transverse goes inside, these two angles are equal, and the reason is, so therefore the answer would be ADBE is equal to angle ABC is equal to 48 degree. What is the reason behind it? Corresponding angle. Okay, corresponding angles. So that's why it's gonna be same. So this is your answer for the fifth question. I think it's not too hard. All these questions which I have solved you, we can just solve it within minutes. So I think so. That is what I was telling you from first. You have 15 minutes within that. Finish off your 1 mark. Tuck 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 tuck. Then move on to the second section. Section B. Sure, we'll do the last question. So this is the last question. Yes, very quickly, but understand the logic here. It's pretty much easy. 23 by this one. Now what I'm gonna tell you is, okay. Now most of the students, like the question here is, after how many decimal places will the decimal expansion of this one terminates? That means when it will stop. Um, Okay, that means when you divide any two number, you take any number here, you take it and you divide, you will get so many things, and after that you will get a decimal, and then so on with, like I'm just writing some numbers, dot, decimal, then 4, 2, then the remainder becomes 0. That means two places, two decimals is where the whole thing terminates. Okay, dear. So you are supposed to find that decimal place where after how many decimal places, will this expansion terminates. So when you have a question like this, normally, okay, now another thing apart from this one, I want to make you clear, like everyone knows, like 2 by 10 is what? When you have a 0 below, you can simply shift a decimal this side, so it will be zero point 0.2, because one side this side, because there is one zero. If the same thing that you have three zeros, that means you are shifting how many places? You have these numbers here shifting three places. So 1, 2 and 3, the decimal will be over here. So that is with 110 thousands, and it goes on with counting the number of zeros, and you shift it to the left place. The decimal shift to the left, from right to left. Fine. But and one more thing. If someone is asking me to divide like 53 by 5, or 50, okay, normally like when you have such a question, what I tend to do sometime is that when you have some bigger number, multiplication would be so easy for the students, but division sometimes it becomes a bit tricky. So I tell them to multiply both the sides by 2, so that I get a 10 here. When you multiply this, 2 into 3 is 6, 2 into 5 is 10, that becomes 110, then divided by 10, one place to this side, so 10.6. Fine, if you divide this one too, you will get the same thing. 53 by 5, one time, 5 subtract 0, bring the 3 here, decimal 0. Okay, now 3 before decimal. One more thing there, it is not possible, 3 is not possible, then decimal, that's why you could bring the 0 here. Then 5 how many times? 6 times, and 36 into 5 is 30, then subtract, you will get 0. It's terminated one place, isn't it? Fine, this is how you get these decimals. But have I showed you something here, a much more easier way? Look here, what I'm gonna do here. So as I'm seeing the same logic how to bring a 10 or 100 or 1000 here, you have the powers here 2 raised to 4 and 3 here, one less. So 2 raised to 4, 2 into 5 is what? 10. So I'm gonna make the power same. 2 raised to 4 is there. I am adding or bringing one more 5 here, or multiplying one more 5. If I'm doing it in the denominator, you also need to do it in the numerator. Denominator, then numerator. Fine, dear. If you're doing it in the numerator, you need to do it in the denominator. Thus, I can write this one as, I'm making it little lengthier for you to think if you don't know. And if you know it, you can really jump into this step. 23 into 5 by these two things together, I can write what? 2 raised to 4 into 5 raised to 4, making the powers same. Then you could write something like this. 23 into 5 by how many places? No, 10 raised to, or we can write 2 raised to 4, 2 into 5 the whole raised to 4, or you can multiply and write 4. So 4 zeros, 23 into 5 by how many zeros? 4 zeros. Fine. Any doubt? When you multiply 23 into 5, you will get 15, 5 twos are 11. I get 111. So 100 not 111, 115 by how many zeros? 4 zeros. So shifting to your left side, okay, I'm adding some zeros so that I can easily shift one place, 2, 3, 4. Right, yeah. So this is how you get it. And how many places, like what is the question? After how many decimal places will the decimal terminates? When it terminates after four decimals, right? After four decimal places. It's very easy. After four, 1, 2, 3, 4. Four decimal places, it terminates. Fine. So that is how the question is. So I think like logically now what I said here, these things are you should need to keep it in your mind. Okay, that is the way of getting these answers very quickly. Okay, and when you go for the higher classes also, these things are gonna be very precious ones to get the answers very fast, very quickly. Okay, move on to the next section. Then I hope like this 6 questions is very easy and you can do it. And now you got a proper. I think what I could able to make you understand. I'm trying my level best to do so. I think, and I don't want to make it too lengthier videos. If you have any doubt, you can ask me at any point of time. I will try to clarify it. Not try to. I will be clarifying all your doubts what you have. If you recommend me to upload any videos, I will do it. Then further delay, we will move on to the second section, then section B. Fine.